Hey everybody, it's Tiffany from A Different Chick Farm and Orchard, but this is actually going to be mostly about Steve from A Different Chick Farm and Orchard. We are going to talk grafting. So, Steve,
Yep.
why do we graft? Actually, first off, what is grafting?
Grafting is taking one variety and grafting it to another variety. And we're doing that with a whip and tongue method. And the whip and tongue method is a very popular grafting technique for bench grafting, which is what we're doing here is bench grafting. And so Tiffany can get you in here close enough. You can see I have cut a slope on my rootstock. And then right here, you'll see I cut a tongue into it. You can see where my knife kind of inserts in there. And I've done the same thing on my variety. This is my Scion. So the Scion is the variety that I want to graft onto this rootstock. This rootstock is Geneva 890, which is G890. And it has been developed for several reasons. For size control, for fruit production, for disease resistance, like especially fire blight. Because while it's awful to lose the variety, it's even more awful to lose the tree to fire blight or something. So that's what we're doing here. So this particular one we're grafting is a disease resistant Scion, and this is Enterprise. So we're adding some Enterprise to our farm, and we just finished Liberty, which is another disease resistant variety. So that's a whole nother story. But we're going to take and graft this variety onto this here, and we're going to try to line up the cambium layer, which is that little bitty, I know the lighting in here is not the best in the world, is that little bitty green layer just under the bark. Right there. You can kind of see it. I ain't going to touch my finger. I don't want my oils from my hand on there. And so we're looking to connect these two pieces like this and make them line up just as close. Sorry, I probably got too close. Just as close as we can. It don't have to be perfect, but we're looking for a nice match. And that right there is pretty close, but I am going to do and that would work. But I'm going to do just a little bit fine tuning. Now, what we're using is a grafting knife.
I am doing a close-up so you can pull back.
This is a grafting knife. You can use a pocket knife, but a grafting knife has one bevel and a straight side, so it makes it cut better. So you can be more precise with your cut. So I'm extending this just a little bit, and you don't want to whittle. You want smooth cuts. So it's long and straight and not jagged.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
So it goes together like that. And we're going to leave, you can do it with as little as one good bud. 2 is preferred. 3 is great if you have enough. I got enough of Enterprise from our other Enterprise tree. So I am going to leave 3 buds. So I'll go ahead and cut that off now so I'm not messing with my graft while I try to make my graft. So that is actually very nice. Just for a little extra added right here, I'm going to expose the cambium layer for this little tip. Not necessary, but the cambium layer is where your nutrients flow. So we're trying to make that work. This is parafilm. It's parafilm M. And this is just a roll versus we got a big roll there. And so that's
the positive about this is you can cut it and so forth, but then you have that tape to deal with, or the backing to deal with, and the rolls of tape is a little bit more convenient, except for the roll in the big container does actually work a little bit better, I feel like.
So this is my final before I tape it together, and they don't always match up that smooth. This one's just perfect. So
flawless victory.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that smooth. We'll stretch the parafilm, and then I roll it in my fingers. Some people wrap it with their other hand. I prefer to roll it until my fingers cramp up and I can't roll it no more.
We happen to have our first grafting class today.
We did, or first one of the year.
Yeah. So we already had all this stuff out, and we decided, well, let's do some of our grafting while we're out here, and it's a beautiful day.
So while we graft, Tiffany asked that question. We graft for variety. So an apple has a very complex genetics. And so if I was to plant a seed from a Granny Smith apple or a Huntley Crisp apple, the chances of getting a Granny Smith from a Granny Smith is almost zero. There's technically a possibility of getting one that's almost a Granny Smith, but it's very slim, very slim. So by doing this, by grafting, we take the scion off of the dormant scion off of the tree, and we are adding it to the rootstock that we want to work with. And I'm cutting this dried end off because we don't want a dried end. It won't take. But this way, I can reproduce an exact genetic copy of that variety. So like we have a variety that's called a Nurka. That is an extremely rare variety, especially in the U.S. And
we're technically not supposed to have it in the U.S., but
somebody else brought it here, wasn't me. So they don't release it no more. At that time they released it. Now it's not releasable. So by being able to graft, we can continue the genetics of that really old tree. And that is one of the oldest varieties in the world. Some would think it's the oldest. I don't know if it is, but I won't argue that point because I'm not an expert on that. But like we use Hoover apples to make apple butter, and we want more. So we grafted more Hoovers last year to expand our cooking apple section, and we're doing that again this year to expand our cooking apple section. And then we're adding a few new varieties to our orchard. But by this, and we ship this scion, guys, all across the country if you need it and you're somewhere else. But by grafting, you can keep the genetics going of an apple that you like. And this has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, guys. But without this, when the tree died, you would lose the variety. It'd be gone. And maybe you're in love with a Honeycrisp. Just think about it. If that first Honeycrisp tree died, you'd never get a Honeycrisp apple again. Not to mention, can you imagine how many people would want the apple off of one Honeycrisp apple tree? One?
So you seem to do this rather effortlessly, Steve. How long have you been grafting?
It's a trick question. How long have you been on the farm?
So 2011, but I can tell you, I know it's been like 2015 when you had your first grafting experience.
I thought it was earlier than that.
I'm pretty sure it's 2015. At least that's the first round of trees that we have is 2015. So
I would have thought a little bit longer than that. I thought I would have been at this closer to 12 or 13 years.
No, 10 years this year. It's your anniversary.
Oh,
10-year anniversary.
What'd you buy me?
Rootstock.
I get that every year. So there's just another one. And we normally pot these, but we're not going to pot them this year. We are going to dig a trench and plant these temporarily. I know. Sounds weird.
We have a problem around here, and it's we don't have enough of us and time, and so let's just say we neglect anything in a pot and some of it dies, and we don't want to neglect our trees any longer because we don't have time in the middle of summer to stop and say, all of our trees need water today. Let's take 45 minutes to an hour and water them all.
I wish it only took an hour.
So we're going to plant them in the ground and let nature take its course.
And we'll put drip irrigation on them.
Yeah, because
then when they need to be watered, we can just walk by and turn the drip irrigation on and come and put it on a timer.
One of my most favorite gardening people that I look up to so well is Elliot Coleman, and he tells you that one person can take care of 2.5 acres and 2 people can take care of 5 acres, and that includes a big majority of fruit trees and fruit production on it that is not as much taken care of. And we have tried to exceed that, and we have learned that that's about true.
We have exceeded that because we are high density on our apples, and then we also do plant sales and apple tree sales and peach tree sales and pear tree sales and plum tree sales and rhubarb and elderberries and so on and so forth. And so that means that you are exceeding that 2.5 acres per person, and we're actively working around 4.5 to 5 acres. So we're right at that 2.5 acres per person, plus all the propagation that we do and all the outside stuff that we do. And we do hot sauce, and we do seasoning, and we do pepper jelly, and Tiffany does some gluten-free baked goods to pay the bills. So,
and y'all, the burnout gets real.
We love it, but sometimes we get tired. Yeah. It ain't burnout. I wouldn't call it burnout.
Yeah, not really burnout.
It's tired.
It's just like, I don't want to do anything today. So, unfortunately, when you run a farm, you don't have those days because you're like, I don't want to do anything today. And you're like, if I don't do it, the chickens are going to die, the plants are going to die, and I'm going to lose my profit for the entire year. So
it don't matter if you got the flu.
Suck it up, buttercup.
Yep. If you got the flu, you still got to go.
Yeah. There's a reason why I had surgery in January, so I could sit on my butt for 2 weeks and then get back to work.
Yep.
This year is going to be Steven's probably year for surgery. He's probably going to have tonsil surgery, so he's going to be down for.
That'll be during the off season. Though. I'm not doing that during our working season.
So
guys, if you got one like this that doesn't want to pull together just right,
let me look into there. Okay.
See how that's pushing apart right there?
Yes.
So you can double your parafilm.
Parafilm works wonders. Don't use black electrical tape.
You can do that, but I don't like it.
Don't use rubber bands. Use parafilm.
Rubber bands work if you got something that's really not wanting to cooperate or something bigger. But I don't use it on this.
Spend the money, buy parafilm. Just do it. You'll be happy with the results. You won't kill your trees. You won't girdle them when you forget to take your black electrical tape off.
This has to, we'll have to, as thick as I'm putting this one on, this will have to be cut off too, but that's easily done with just a knife. So, guys, we also sell fruit trees, apple trees. We ship our apple trees online. If you're local, we offer local pickup in the driveway. During our farmers market season, we will have apple trees in the driveway. Now, these I'm grafting right now can be pre-purchased for fall pickup, but we will have some other ones available this year once our farmers market opens up. And now, the tip of this, I'm using parafilm because I don't have a beeswax candle. And, of course, you can just warm beeswax, but I have been guilty of using Tiffany's beeswax candles because they're easy to do. You just keep a candle burning on the table and you dip the tip of it in it, and the beeswax seals it. I've also used a organic soy candle. I would not use a non-organic soy candle because I don't want to breathe the toxins while the candle's burning. But I used an organic soy candle for a couple of years, and that works well also. So guys, that's kind of the basics of a whip and tongue graft. You can also use one of these. This is a grafting tool that cuts a notch in the graft in your scion and rootstock that you match together.
Works better when the blade is really sharp.
Yep, I think these blades a little bit on the dull side.
Sometimes when your scion or rootstock is a little bit thick, it doesn't work as well either.
This is a bad example of how this works because it works better than this. There we go. So you see there, and it actually got caught on my plastic pellet, and then you can cut the other end to make them join together.
Now, you got to think about this when you do it, because if you're like me, you don't always put them together right, then you got to redo it. So, but it works really nicely. Yeah, it's almost a guaranteed fix.
But I prefer doing it for knife. It's easier, it's quicker for me. I'll spend more time fighting with that than I will doing this. If you're local or if you want to travel, we offer a grafting class once a year. And if the demand was there, we could do 2 a year, but we offer 1 a year. We just finished that today, as Tiffany just told you, and it was a good class. We try to add some new stuff to it every year, do a little bit of the basics and get into something a little bit heavier. And you're welcome to enroll in it. Also, if you're local, we got some other educational classes on our website under the education tab, and gardening classes and so forth. We add new stuff all the time. So if you're interested, be sure to go check that out at adifferentchickfarm.com.
And if you all have not liked and subscribed to our channel, make sure you like it, because this stuff is pretty interesting. If you don't like this kind of stuff, then don't like and subscribe to our channel. Or just do it because you like us and you think we're cute and adorable and we need the extra views.
I don't know how cute and adorable I am, but you are.
So make sure you follow us. We have Instagram and Facebook also. And
share us with friends.
Yeah, share us with friends. But yeah, we would love for you to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm getting ready to post some other videos too. It looks like we're going to have a grafting video and a strawberry video and a garlic video and who knows whatever else. But anyway, like and subscribe to our channel. Like us on Facebook. Like us on Instagram. Like our reels.
And follow us on social media for the new stuff that's coming up. And know when it's time for our on-farm farm market to open up.
Yes.
We're heading towards that. And we're certified organic, in case you don't know, guys. So we are here in Johnson City. We are your local source for certified organic produce. And we are basically, I won't say we're no spray, we're basically no spray. And what sprays we do use, of course, are non-heavy duty chemicals that are organic approved, normally natural products. Like we spray a clay. Literally clay.
You put it on your face, guys.
On our fruit trees to help with disease and bugs. And that keeps us from having to use toxic chemicals. It's not perfect, but it works because we don't want the toxic chemicals. And also, if you're not local, we do ship. We ship through primarily, unless it's plants, we ship plants through our website and our Etsy store. But if it's produce, we ship produce through our Etsy store. And so you can check out our Etsy store, and I'll get Tiffany to put a link for that in this video. I don't think we have that link to our YouTube page, but we'll put a link for that in this video when it uploads. And you can order produce through our Etsy store. We'll have peppers available. You can pre-order peppers right now, as a matter of fact, and pre-order tomatoes. But we'll have peppers, tomatoes, summer squash, cherry tomatoes, um, and stuff like that. And if it's a good apple season, we'll probably even offer some apples.
Okay, so y'all have a blessed day, and we that you watched and took part of our life with us, or took part in our life with us. And so enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Bye.
See ya.